Michael Jordan has some secrets he's not telling anyone. From a gambling addiction to almost being kicked out of the NBA. These are 12 things you didn't know about Michael Jordan. And for number 1, Michael Jordan was so good, he was poisoned. In the 1997 NBA Finals, the Chicago Bulls and Utah Jazz were tied 2-2 in the series, before going to Utah for Game 5. The night before the game, MJ was in his room, and he started to get hungry around 10 p.m. There was no room service at this hotel, so his personal trainer decided to call the one pizza place that was open in Utah.
And I open up the door, and there's literally 5 guys standing out there to deliver a pizza. So I take the pizza. Obviously, they wanted to get a glimpse of Michael. And, I handed the pizza, I paid the guys, and I closed the door. And I just said, man, I got a bad feeling about it.
MJ ate the entire pizza all by himself. And around 3 a.m. that same night, Jordan called his personal trainer and told him to get to his room ASAP. When he got to the room, he found Jordan curled up in a ball, on the ground, shaking. He was throwing up all night and all morning. He couldn't eat, his head and stomach hurt, and he could barely get out of bed. Before the game, he had an IV in his arm, and his teammate Bill Wennington described him as looking chalky white. But Jordan knew he had to play in the game. In the first quarter, he was missing shots and not playing like his normal self. And during the first time out, he could barely move. He was exhausted. But in the second quarter, he flipped a switch and started to hit everything. He ended up with 38 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals in 44 minutes. And he ended the night by almost passing out in Scottie Pippen's arms. Michael Jordan may be the GOAT on the court, but when he entered the 1990 three-point shooting contest, he put up the worst performance in NBA history. He only made 5 out of 25 threes, and let me remind you, these are all wide open. That's not very GOAT-like. MJ's teammate Craig Hodges went on to win the event that year, and the year after that. Maybe he could have taught Jordan a thing or two about shooting. Now, Jordan may not have been the best three-point shooter in NBA history, but at least he's doing one thing right. He's making a stupid amount of money. And I mean a stupid amount of money. His net worth is $2.2 billion, and he's the richest athlete in the world. He owns 5 properties, 1 in Chicago, 1 in Florida, 1 in Utah, and 2 in North Carolina. But that's nothing compared to his massive car collection. He has the 40th anniversary edition CV Corvette ZR1, and you can't forget about his Ferrari 550 Maranello, which was the inspiration behind the Jordan 14. But his car collection is just getting started. He once had a Mercedes McLaren SLR 722 edition, but he rode it for less than 1,000 miles before selling it on eBay. But his rarest car is the Bugatti Veyron Seigneur. It has a top speed of 253 miles per hour and can get to 60 miles per hour in 2.6 seconds. Not only is his Bugatti worth over $2 million, but Michael Jordan's one of 12 people that owns the car. Yeah, you heard that right. There's only 12 of these in the entire world. Now, Michael Jordan may be the richest athlete ever, but he needs all the money he can get because he has a serious gambling problem. He once lost $5 million playing craps in Vegas. That seems like a lot of money to you and me, but for the multi-billionaire Jordan, he's probably just more upset that he lost the game. But this is only the beginning of Jordan's gambling addiction. When he plays rock, paper, scissors with his friends, he likes to bet, and he's lost as much as $100,000. I need to start practicing rock, paper, scissors in case I ever get the chance to make a bag off of MJ. But Jordan's addiction got so bad that even his friend wrote a book about it. His friend Richard Escanese wrote a book called Michael and Me, Our Gambling Addiction, My Cry for Help. In the book, he revealed that Jordan owed him $1.3 million in golfing bets. It's clear that Michael Jordan can't stop gambling, but gambling isn't the problem for him. His issue is he has a competition problem. Michael Jordan hates to lose. He was once visiting the home of his former North Carolina teammate, Buzz Peterson, and they were playing a casual game of cards with his mother. But when she got up to use the bathroom, Buzz caught MJ trying to look at his mom's cards. Yeah, Michael Jordan was trying to cheat an old woman out of a simple game of cards. But this card game would lead to one of the biggest investments MJ ever had. The same teammate, Buzz Peterson, was the one who introduced MJ to the game of golf. And once MJ retired from hoops, the first thing he did was play golf. He was a member of the Lagos Country Club in Miami. But one day, he decided to wear cargo shorts for a round of golf. Now, usually cargo shorts aren't in the dress code for a country club. So even though it was Michael Jordan, they still banned him from the course. And MJ took that personally. He went ahead and opened his own golf course just an hour and a half away. The Grove 23 is an exclusive country club that's invite only. It's 227 acres, and if you want a drink, they'll deliver it right to you by drone. It cost Michael Jordan $20 million, and it's safe to say that he can wear cargo shorts whenever he wants. But to be one of the greatest basketball players of all time, you can't be afraid of anything. Well, there's one thing Michael Jordan is afraid of, and it has nothing to do with basketball. When he was just 7 years old, he was swimming in the ocean with one of his close friends. They were having a good time, just riding the waves as they came in. Then, all of a sudden, the current was so strong, it took his friend under. Michael held onto his friend's hand as tight as he could, but he couldn't save him. His friend went under, drowned, and died in the ocean that day. And ever since then, MJ has been terrified of water. Jordan will only go on boats with the life jacket, and he won't go on small boats. It has to be a big boat. But that's exactly why Michael Jordan owns a luxury super yacht worth over $80 million. This super yacht has two 1,850 horsepower engines and is 230 feet long with 5 total decks. It can hold 12 guests and 19 crew members. It has a badminton court, basketball hoop, and a gym equipped with the best machines inside. It has a spa, jacuzzi, and a private Michelin star chef on board to make you the best food. There's an area on the yacht called the Beach Club, which has TVs, an area to dance, and also a place to relax. So guests can go to the club and not have to leave the open sea. It costs $1 million a week just to use the yacht, but that's nothing to Michael Jordan. MJ became a billionaire by being the GOAT in basketball, and also being the GOAT of the shoe game. Many players nowadays have their own signature shoe, like LeBronJames, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Steph Curry, and Ja Morant. But Jordan doesn't have just a line of signature shoes. He has the entire Jordan brand. Jordan makes everything, from shoes you see on the court to everyday Jordans that everyone's wearing. And the first Jordan shoe was called the Nike Airship, and Jordan wore it for the first time in 1984. And as soon as he wore it on the court, it would be banned by the NBA. That's because the NBA didn't like the red, white, and black colorway on the shoe. But Jordan didn't care, and he wanted to wear them anyways. More colorways would soon come out, and in 1997, Jordan Brand was officially born after the release of the Jordan 13. To this day, there are 37 signature Jordan models and a ton of different styles of shoes. In 2022, Nike generated $3 million in sales just from the Jordan brand. But they did that every 5 hours. Jordan makes 5% of every sale from the Jordan brand. That means in one day, Jordan generates about $14.4 million in just revenue alone. I guess that's why he owns an $80 million super yacht. But Jordan's journey didn't start until he went to college. When he went to the University of North Carolina, he was studying to become a geographer. However, MJ was drafted in 1984, 3rd overall, but he wanted to go back to school to finish his degree. So in 1986, he did just that. Just in case his basketball career didn't work out, MJ wanted to be a weatherman.
And what are you going to do with this degree?
I travel a whole lot.
You're going to travel, right? I think that's nice that you're going to finish up, but not that you would need that degree.
Can you imagine turning on your local news and seeing a 6'6" Michael Jordan telling you there's a chance of rain? Yeah, me either. Michael Jordan's father told him it was never too late to do anything you wanted to do, and that was a big reason why he finished his degree. When Michael was growing up, his father was a huge sports fan, and his first love was actually baseball and not basketball. This is why Michael went to play baseball after his first retirement. Jordan played baseball for a little over a year, from 1994 to 1995, after winning his first three-peat in the NBA. At the height of his powers, he decided to leave the game of basketball for baseball, his first sport love. His father wanted him to play baseball over basketball, and after he was murdered in 1993, MJ decided it was time to honor him. Jordan joined the Birmingham Barons, the minor league affiliate of the Chicago White Sox, and he hit his first home run in 1994. In the short amount of time he played baseball, he batted an average of .202 with 3 home runs, 51 RBIs, and 30 stolen bases. He accomplished his childhood dream and made his father proud before returning to the NBA. But one thing his father wouldn't be proud of is his love for cigars. You can find millions of pictures online of Jordan smoking cigars, but he said his smoking habit would start somewhere around 1991. After winning his first NBA championship, Michael Jordan was given cigars to celebrate. And ever since then, it became a tradition for MJ to smoke a cigar before every home game. And by 1993, Michael Jordan was smoking cigars constantly to calm his nerves from all the stress he had around his life. He would smoke a cigar and then drop 40 on your favorite team. Nowadays, you can catch him smoking a few cigars on the golf course. Most people know Michael Jordan for what he did on the court. But Michael Jordan was actually a famous movie star. He was the main character for the animated show Pro Stars, which was made in the 90s. Along with Wayne Gretzky and Bo Jackson, the trio fought crime, helped children, and protected the environment. In the 90s, these three were the most popular athletes in the world, but everyone wanted to see Michael Jordan again. So in 1996, he starred in Space Jam. He had to help Bugs Bunny and the Toon Squad defeat the Monstars, and even showed off his own superpowers. Now, if you think Michael Jordan's bad, there's some strange things Steph Curry's not telling us. Check it out right now.